Hey there, Not John from Papa Bear Studios, and I have the absolute pleasure and privilege of introducing you to one of the finest guitar singer-songwriter personalities I have ever had the privilege to know. Mike Mizwinski. Mike, thanks for coming by.
My pleasure.
We just had the great night. He performed with his father, and who else was in the band tonight?
Jim DiCenzo on bass and Marty Castellano on drums.
It was tremendous. And if you don't know who this guy is, you have to know who this guy is. You have to get to know him. Mike, where can they find out more about you, first of all?
Website is MikeMizmusic.com, so it's MikeMizmusic.com.
Fantastic.
And from there, you'll find all the other avenues.
Well, what other avenues are there? Tell us about them, please.
I mean, I don't go too overboard. I got the Instagram and Facebook thing going on, and then the Twitter is like linked to them. But other than that, I know there's tons more, but I don't have that much time.
I understand. So tell us a little bit about your background, Mike. I've known you for, 10 years now, and from when I first met you, you were just astounding with the guitar playing. And what brought you to where you are today?
I mean, obviously that's like a pretty long, I'll try to give you the short version.
Short version's good.
I mean, starting out, I was raised musicians on all sides of the family.
Sure.
Obviously just played a gig with my dad, and he's a phenomenal guitar player.
He really is.
So if my voice sounds a little scratchy and, smoky bar and everything, I love it.
It was a very smoky bar tonight, yes.
So anyway, growing up around those guys, my father, playing Allman Brothers, Beatles, Stones, Clapton, learning those songs. Like I would listen to him practicing and how he would learn them and stuff. And then my aunt and uncle also play in Old Friends, which is another local band that's developed like a tremendous following. It's mind-blowing.
Paul and Mary Moran, right?
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous people.
I was around them, from the 80s on, and seeing the Old Friends reunion were like, that was like the biggest event of the year. Me and my cousins would look forward to that and just get so excited. So anyway, that was kind of what got me started.
And I heard stories about how you used to play, and then just like they would listen to you in the other room and just listen to you take it to another level. And what inspired you? What taught you?
That's a good question. I think that two things happened. At one point, I have a cousin Adam who's, I don't know if he still plays, but he got pretty good at playing guitar. And I think I was around like 9 or 10, and all of a sudden he got better than me, and he can play Tears in Heaven, the Clapton song. You had that all worked out, and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that he had gotten all that worked out and how good he could play it. So that sort of like lit a fire under me, and I started learning and then learning more, and then I just never stopped.
It was competitive.
But then a little bit, and then years later I don't think I was competitive. I think it kind of blew my mind that he could play that song after, back in the 90s that was on the radio like every 5 seconds. But what else was I going to say there? Robbie Walsh is a local guitar player.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say local, he's toured the world and done all kinds of amazing things. He's actually married to my cousin, like a second cousin, Bridget. And so right around the time my dad was really showing me a lot of cool stuff, I was playing in bands with my dad, I started taking lessons off Robbie just to pick someone else's brain.
Okay.
But he definitely, took my playing to the next level.
It's funny that you should say that, because Wade Preston was just here not long ago.
Oh, yeah.
And Wade was in a band, in Chubby Checker's band, actually.
Yeah, they were in that band together, yeah. Wade is a one of the best musicians I've ever had the pleasure to just sit in on a couple songs. I mean, he's unbelievable.
He really is.
That guy's unbelievable, yeah.
Well, I have to say that if I had to pick a guitar player and a piano player, it would be Mike Miz and Wade Preston. So, fantasy music team. I remember meeting you back in, 2008 or so.
Yeah.
And you were...
At like Gins or something?
Yeah, it was Gins, that's right, yeah. I actually sat in on bass and didn't know what the hell I was doing.
That's all right. I'm sure it sounded great.
But Mike, so you've moved to Nashville now.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so thankful that you have the ability to live out your dream. What's going on in Nashville for you right now?
So I've only been there for like a month. So the first month I thought I was going to get all this stuff done, and then the whole month went by in like the blink of an eye. But basically, I got myself established. I got a really nice place to live with some other people who are extremely creative and are just doing great. I'll just give a shout out. My one roommate is his name is Duryea, and he's killing it right now. He's getting like airplay on the Sirius XM on like the Tom Petty channel and stuff like that. His new song's great. He's got a new album out today. Is it today? No, it's this Friday. But yeah, and then my other roommate's actually on tour in like London. It's just great. It's so inspiring and creative to live there and to be around these other guys who are working so hard and really doing it. And I know a couple other people down there that sort of took me under their wing and have been living there for a few years and have been showing me around and basically just been meeting a bunch of people that I probably will never remember all their names. And it's going to take a lot longer to, just get acclimated down there. But I've just been, the first month was so inspiring. I was going out to see shows, like multiple shows a night, pretty much every night. Well, a night or two off here or there, but just seeing with the bands and all the different types of music down there, it's just mind-blowing. And it's awesome. I just, like, I'm eating it up.
That's great.
I love seeing people
awesome.
that are better than me. I love seeing better songwriters, guitar players.
Who's better?
Soaking it up.
Who's better than you?
There's tons of guys down there, man. There's like 14...
This guy's a monster!
There's like 14-year-old kids down there that will...
Oh, I doubt it, Mike.
Man,
I really doubt it. I really doubt it.
All right, anyway.
But listen, check out Mike Mizwinski, Mizwinski. You go by Mike Miz, though, right?
Yeah.
So,
if you look up MiZ, Mike Miz music, the band's called Miz, and then it just goes Mike Miz. It gets confusing, man. I gotta just like nail one of those down at one point and stick with it.
Trust me when I tell you, you are witnessing greatness. Stay tuned for what Mike has to offer. It's tremendous. Now, we're not going to have the chance to hear you play here tonight at Papa Bear Studio, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some footage from tonight's performance up the block at the Polish Falcons.
Awesome.
And people will get an idea of what you can do, and we'll let them judge for themselves, but you will not be disappointed. Stay tuned, and thanks for checking out Papa Bear Studio.
Hey, thanks a lot.